Since Donald Trump's election, the Portland area has been under constant threat from violent right-wing groups, such as the Proud Boys, Identity Europa, and Patriot Prayer, whose marches in Portland have resulted in riots. However, on the topic of protest and free speech, I'd like to focus specifically on two cases where Oregonians have occupied public spaces as a form of protest. The 2016 armed occupation by right-wing militants of the Malheur Wildlife Refuge in Burns, and this summer's Occupy ICE protest, left-wing in nature, mostly nonviolent, but still saw incidents. Now, Chris, your response to the question of Occupy ICE versus the Malheur occupation, one was armed, one was not armed. How would you as governor manage those two instances of protest?
I got my start politically in the Green Party. Actually, I came from the Gore campaign, and I wanted to know who Ralph Nader was. In 2001, after September 11th, I transferred from Clackamas Community College to PSU, and I was doing communication, but I saw all of these classes in conflict resolution, and I lit up when I saw them. And I thought, I still want to do a communication degree, but conflict resolution really spoke to me. So I couldn't get a degree in conflict resolution below a master's. They offered all the classes for undergrads. So I started taking all of the classes, and I made that my emphasis, is what they said I could call it. So I said, okay, great. So I'll take all these classes. And I learned about Gene Sharp's from dictatorship to democracy, and he also has a community-based defense. At the same time, you had Dennis Kucinich, who was running, Ralph Nader was rerunning, and David Cobb, and all of that sort of came to a point where I started seeing protest in a different way. I started protesting a lot in 2003 because of these classes. And I think we should bring a Department of Peace to Oregon. We should have a peaceagon instead of a pentagon and build a large peace sign building. And I think we should be teaching conflict resolution from grade school up. And I think we should be teaching people protest, and that's community-based defense using nonviolence. And there's 197 different ways that Gene Sharp listed to do defense.